Hello, you're watching QPVN News. I'm Anh Tuấn and we keep you up to date with the headlines. Military Region 4 welcomes recruits. Documentary Two Hearts Beat as One helps preserve the relationship between Vietnam and Cuba. QUOC welcomes super luxury cruise ship. On February the 14th, Senior Lieutenant General Lê Huy Vịnh, Deputy Minister of National Defense, worked with the Signal Corps Command on development of transmission infrastructure to serve digital transformation in the Ministry of National Defense. The Signal Corps Command has properly maintained communication line, assessed and forecast the development trends of telecommunication to promptly advise and propose to the Central Military Commission and the Ministry of National Defense on planning, selecting technology and developing a separate and modern military communication system. Deputy Minister Lê Huy Vịnh asked the unit to coordinate with relevant agencies to urgently deploy and develop network infrastructure to handle non-confidential documents in the cyberspace and other tasks of the Ministry of National Defense. At the same time, improve combat capabilities in modern warfare conditions, resolutely deploy solutions to complete the project, building an exemplary unit on digital transformation of the Corps in 2025. On February the 14th, tens of thousands of young men in Military Region 4 departed for their units, determined to dedicate to the fatherland. Senior Lieutenant General Nguyễn Văn Nghĩa, Deputy Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army, came to encourage the recruits in Thanh Hóa Province, while Senior Lieutenant General Lê Quang Minh, Vice Chairman of the General Political Department of the Vietnam People's Army, attended the military enlistment ceremony in Nghệ An Province. In 2025, youngsters in Thanh Hóa City enlist in the units under the Hanoi Capital Command, the General Logistics Technical Department, Thanh Hóa Provincial Bodyguard Command, Thanh Hóa Provincial Military Command, Division 308 under Army Corps 12, Division 324 under Military Region 4, and the Military Ceremonial Unit. As a party member, after joining the military, I'm determined to fulfill all the tasks. Thanks to effective dissemination and education, the work of military recruitment in 2025 in Thanh Hóa Province has achieved impressive results, with many young party members volunteering for the military service. In an exciting and bustling atmosphere of the enlistment day, Senior Lieutenant General Nguyễn Văn Nghĩa, Deputy Chief of the General Staff, local leaderships and families have expressed their trust, love and hope to the recruits. Entrusting the youth in how to be steadfast, tenacious and determined to protect, build and develop the homeland to become better. Also entrusting the youth to always have the will to strive and high determination in the process of implementing regulations during performing their military service in the unit. Meanwhile, Nam Dan district of Nghệ An Province records a high rate of voluntary applications for military service. Almost all applicants are checked with good health. Among those, many are party members or have completed the party awareness training course. Senior Lieutenant General Lê Quang Minh and local leaderships believed that the recruits would uphold the traditions of their homeland and the previous generations, as well as the good virtues of the Alcohol soldiers and the People's Police, striving to excellently accomplish all assigned tasks. After localities nationwide completed the farewell ceremony for young people leaving for military service, units in the home military welcomed recruits to begin training in the military environment, creating a good close impression right from the start for new soldiers. Immediately after the 2025 recruits handover ceremony, units under Military Region 4 solemnly, thoughtfully and safely received new soldiers. To help new soldiers quickly integrate into the military environment, officers and commanders at all levels provide dedicated guidance and instruction. Division 308 under Army Corps 12 received new soldiers who are young people from localities in Hanoi, Thanh Hóa and Nam Định province. Immediately after being received, the new soldiers were given a brief introduction to the unit's organizational structure, as well as some key features of the daily routines and schedules. The documentary Two Hearts Beat as One is a special legacy of the Vietnam-Cuba relations. This was shared by Cuban ambassador to Vietnam, Rogelio Polanco Fuentes, when he, along with other Cuban officials and diplomats, students studying in Vietnam and former Vietnamese alumni in Cuba, attended the screening episodes 4 and 5 of the documentary series on February the 14th in Hanoi. The documentary consists of 5 episodes jointly produced by the Vietnamese Ministry of National Defense and the Ministry of the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Cuba from 2019 to 2024. It recreates the history of more than 65 years of special solidarity and friendship between the two countries, including the important contribution of defense cooperation. The documentary is a valuable contribution to the special relationship between Cuba and Vietnam. We feel so grateful and proud because Cuba and Vietnam are as close as brothers in a family. The documentary once again evoked the sentiment between the people of the two countries that many generations of Vietnamese alumni in Cuba have received. The film features events of Vietnam and Cuba. It shows its success in terms of filmmaking skills, expertise, as well as historical and political values. Previously, the first 3 episodes of the documentary were premiered in Vietnam and Cuba, receiving high praise from the leaders of the party and state of the two countries, the Vietnamese Ministry of National Defense and the Ministry of the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Cuba, and a warm welcome from the people of the two countries. Coming up next, Mekong Delta attracts investment and green technology in high-quality rice development. QUOC welcomes super luxury cruise ship. On February the 14th in Cần Thơ, the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, the Cooperative Alliance, the Mekong Delta Agricultural Sector, alongside the Japanese Consulate General and Sorimachi Group, hosted a hybrid conference to attract investment and promote digital and green technologies for the 1 million hectare low-emission, high-quality rice project in the Mekong Delta by 2030. The event provided a platform for policymakers, businesses and cooperatives to explore solutions for boosting investment and applying innovative technologies in rice production. The sustainable development of 1 million hectares of high-quality, low-emission rice in the Mekong Delta by 2030 project aims to ensure food security, promote eco-friendly agriculture, and increase farmers' income by reorganizing production systems, adopting sustainable farming practices, and reducing emissions. The conference focused on finding practical solutions for reorganization, training, technology transfer, and mobilizing financial and technical resources to develop the low-carbon rice market in the Mekong Delta and Vietnam. We greatly value this conference initiative and look forward to continued sustainable cooperation between Sorimachi Vietnam and Vietnam's agricultural sector. The digital and green transformation solutions in agriculture, financial management, and pilot projects for the 1 million hectare low-emission rice project in the Mekong Delta are already yielding positive results. The conference will drive investment cooperation and digital technology adoption in agriculture, helping cooperatives and farmers enhance productivity, reduce emissions, and boost product value. It also provides an opportunity to build long-term partnerships supporting sustainable rice production models that meet both local and global market needs. The conference covered such key topics as investment needs, digital and green transformation in cooperatives and value chains, lessons from pilot projects in the Mekong Delta, and advanced technologies from Japanese firms. A highlight was the Pioneering Cooperatives Award for Digital Transformation, recognizing cooperatives driving innovation in the project. Bình Dương once again reaffirmed its pioneering role in sustainable industrial park development as on February the 14th, the Provincial People's Committee, in collaboration with Becamex IDC and the World Bank, organized a seminar to launch the feasibility study for eco-industrial parks in Bình Dương under the EIP 2.0 international framework. Speaking at the seminar, a representative of the Becamex IDC emphasized that this model is built on 4 pillars: clean energy, sustainable infrastructure management, industrial symbiosis, and social utility development. The goal is to optimize resource use, minimize environmental impact, and enhance sustainable economic value. Meanwhile, Professor Park Hang-seok, a leading expert on the Republic of Korea's eco-industrial parks, highly regarded this model in Bình Dương, drawing from the success of the Ulsan eco-industrial development.
To develop the certifications, the key is to have the capable partners, the industrial park owners who are incentivized and committed to achieve this EIP certification, and the Becamex in Vietnam is one of the great examples.
Vice Chairman Bùi Minh Thạnh highlighted Bình Dương commitment to sustainable industrial park development, reducing carbon emissions and upgrading to international standards. Bình Dương master plan for 2021 to 2030, with a vision toward 2050, aims to develop 48 to 50 industrial parks spanning around 25,000 hectares, focusing on next-generation industrial parks. On the evening of February the 13th Germany time, the 75th Berlin International Film Festival officially kicked off. Director Phạm Ngọc Lân, known for his film The Worker Who Never Cries, has been invited to be one of the 3 jurors for the short film category at the festival. Phạm Ngọc Lân, 39, born and raised in Hanoi, initially studied architecture before pursuing filmmaking. He has become a prominent figure at the Berlin Film Festival, with several of his short films receiving critical acclaim. In February 2024, his film The Worker Who Never Cries won the Best Film Award at Berlin, earning a €50,000 prize. Director Phan Đăng Di commended Phạm Ngọc Lân as a young filmmaker with a distinctive style, one that transcends traditional storytelling by focusing on the language of cinema. The 7-member jury will select the winners of the prestigious Golden and Silver Bears, to be announced on February the 22nd. Nearly 250 films will be showcased across various categories, with 19 competing for the main prize. The Berlin Film Festival is one of the 3 oldest film festivals in the world, alongside Cannes and Venice. On February the 14th at Phú Quốc International Passenger Port on Phú Quốc Island, Kiên Giang Province, the Ida Stella cruise ship arrived, carrying over 2,100 international tourists to explore and experience the Pearl Island. The visitors are from countries such as Germany, Australia, Poland, Spain, Sweden, and more. This marks the first group of international tourists to arrive in Phú Quốc by sea in early 2025. During their stay, they will explore the inland's stunning natural beauty, engage in recreational activities, and immerse themselves in the rich culture and everyday life of Phú Quốc residents. Kiên Giang Department of Tourism emphasized that the arrival of international luxury cruise ships marks a significant milestone in the island's tourism development. This opens up new business opportunities in sectors like hospitality, dining, tourism services, and commerce. Moreover, Phú Quốc will gain greater exposure in the international market, boosting Vietnam's tourism profile worldwide. Following this cruise, 2 more luxury ships carrying over 5,500 tourists are expected to visit Phú Quốc on February the 16th and the 20th. This is the end of the QPVN News today. Remember to watch our news again at qpvn.vn. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.